welcome back to my channel. Okay, I am so excited to be sitting down and filming today for two reasons. One, I just got back from vacation 2 days ago and I haven't filmed in like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and I love filming, so I am like so excited to be sitting down and filming for you guys. And the second reason is because we have a brand new launch from e.l.f. Cosmetics that we are going to talk about today. That is right, the Putty Bronzer. They are expanding their putty line. It started off with the Putty Primer, then we have the Putty Eye Primer, the Putty Blush, which sadly I do not have any of those to use. I don't know what I was thinking, why I didn't pick one up. And then now we have the Putty Bronzer. So that is what we're going to be doing here today. We're going to be testing it out for the first time, showing it, giving you all the details, all of the above. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to see first impressions, review, try on, all the good things of the new e.l.f. Cosmetics Putty Bronzer, then let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so I went ahead and picked up two shades because I really didn't know which one would work best for me or anything like that. I was on vacation when this dropped, when e.l.f. put it on their Instagram page that they had released this. We were like sitting there, you know, just scrolling through Instagram, relaxing for the day before we went out to the beach, and I immediately grabbed my computer and ran and picked up two of them because I was like, I need to try this out. So there was no like swatches or really much information given around these. So like I said, I just picked up the two lightest, just hoping one of them would work out for me. So I went ahead and picked up Feelin' Shady, which looks like a cool tone more bronzer, and then I also picked up Tan Lines, which is more of a warm tone bronzer. So these retail for $6. Are we surprised though? e.l.f. is like such a affordable, amazing brand. I love their price points, their products. Most of the time, I love everything I've tried by e.l.f. There's been a couple duds. I'm not gonna lie, not everything is a win for me. There has been a couple duds in the past. The main thing that pops in my head is the Mint Melt collection. Their two little bite-sized eyeshadow palettes did not work out for me very well at all. But other than that, most of the time, I really like e.l.f. Cosmetics products, and they're always typically amazing and amazingly priced. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about these puppies before we, you know, get into playing with them and all of that. I have my husband's phone. I screenshotted some information. So this says what it is: a unique putty to powder bronzer that delivers highly pigmented, buildable color for a natural sun-kissed glow. I'm down for that, not gonna lie. Why we love it: unique putty to powder formula with a semi-matte finish, gives skin a natural sun-kissed glow, highly pigmented, buildable color, smooths and evens out your complexion. On the e.l.f. website, it has smooths and evens out your complexion. Whoops, I think that was supposed to be even. A lightweight, non-greasy wear, enriched with moisturizing argan oil and vitamin E. So I'm pumped. The whole little like description, I'll go ahead and read it, just in case you guys are curious. It says, bask in the sun-kissed back to from vacation glow all year round. This unique creamy putty to powder bronzer effortlessly blends and blurs into skin, delivering a natural bronzing effect with a smooth semi-matte finish. The formula is lightweight, non-greasy, and highly pigmented, letting you build an all-over warm complexion or just a kiss of golden hour contour. Plus, it is infused with argan oil and vitamin E for moisturizing, nourishing, and skin-loving benefits while you glow. And it says it's great for all skin types. So I actually ordered these from the e.l.f. website. I love ordering from e.l.f. They are so great. They ship so quickly. I think I got these in like 2 days. And a lot of times they have like discounts, free gifts, and all of that. So if you've never ordered from the e.l.f. Cosmetics website, I highly recommend. And nothing I've ever gotten has came broken so far. But on the e.l.f.'s website, they have 8 shades, but on Ulta, they only have 5 available. I'm not sure why companies do that. I'm not sure if that's to like entice people to actually shop through them and not through Ulta. I don't really know. There must be a reason why brands do it, but I don't know that reason. If you know that reason, let me know, because your girl is lost. But okay, let's like actually open these up and get into them. So it comes in a unicorn that looks like this. It says Putty Bronzer. The shade on the top right here, it came like this, which at first I was like, why is it backwards? But that makes sense because then you can see the actual shade of the bronzer. And yeah, and then on the back it says just a little bit of information about it. And it looks like this. So how much? Okay, so you get 0.35 ounces or 10 grams, which I think is a pretty good amount for a little baby bronzer because you're probably not gonna like go through this super quickly. So this is the shade Tan Lines. Does it have it anywhere on here? Oh, it does. Okay. A lot of times e.l.f. like has such simplistic packaging that they don't have the names on like any of the products, you know what I mean? But this actually has like a little sticker on the side. So then this is, which one is this? Feelin' Shady. So again, let me compare them for you guys. The Tan Lines is just really a lot more warm tone, and then the Feelin' Shady is a lot more cool tone. Let me do some swatches. Ooh, okay, so that feels like super creamy. Wow. That feels really nice. Okay, so this is, which one is this? Tan Lines. Let me build up a little swatch for you. So that is Tan Lines. And then Feelin' Shady feels just as creamy and smooth. So there's Feelin' Shady. Oh yeah, so they are very different. Feelin' Shady is definitely very cool tone, gray toned. And then Tan Lines is very warm and almost orangey, but not like in a bad way orangey. Yeah, but these feel very like creamy and soft. And they do seem like they're definitely going to be a buildable type of formula. This was with 2 like swipes on each. But yeah, that looks really pretty. Let me like blend them out and see like what it blends out. Okay, so it kind of like blends away to nothing. So I don't know, we shall see. How do I want to do this? I don't know how I want to apply these for you guys. I really only want to use Tan Lines, but I feel bad because I bought Feelin' Shady, so I probably should use both. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start off with Tan Lines, and then if I want to like use this to contour a little bit more, because this is definitely more of like a contour shade versus more like of a bronzer shade, if that makes sense. So we're going to mainly use Tan Lines. So let's get in the demo portion of the video. The directions say use a brush or clean fingers, gently pat on the cheeks, forehead, and anywhere else that you want a kiss of bronze. Blend out using wide circular motions. Okay, so how I typically apply cream bronzers, cream blushes, anything like that is I usually use their e.l.f. stipple brush. What is this exactly called? I don't really know. It's their 105 brush. I believe it's like their airbrush stipple brush, if I am correct. So how I typically apply it is I will dab it like right into the bronzer and then dab some off on my hand and then stipple it into my face. So that's what we're gonna do first. And then I figured maybe on the other side I could try it with a sponge. This is dirty from me applying my other makeup. So yeah, let's just try both ways. Why not? Why not, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stipple this into the shade, I forgot, Tan Lines. So quite a bit comes up on the brush. This was already kind of a dirty brush, don't judge. I don't think I need to tap any off because this seems to be a buildable product, so we're just gonna go right in. Ooh. Okay, so it says to use circular motions. I'm kind of scared to do that. I don't want it to lift up my like foundation or anything. Okay, wow. I really like that. That just like blended in effortlessly in like 2 seconds. That looks so good. What do you guys think? Let me add a little bit down here. Oh my gosh, this is blending out like so easily. That took like 2 seconds. I literally just like blended out so quickly. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm really excited about that. Let's stick with the Tan Lines shade, and I'm going to put it on with my finger and then maybe try to blend it in with my sponge. Let's try that. I'm just gonna tap a little bit on. I never apply it this way, but I figured I would show blending out with a sponge. We're gonna take a little clean section of my sponge and just tap away. Okay, so I don't like that method because it's like a really skinny stripe on my face, where this is like more of a wide area of bronzer, if that makes sense. Let me try to tap on a little bit more. Okay, yeah, I don't love it that way, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my brush and add a little bit more. This is like just blending out so easily. Oh my goodness. And it's not getting patchy at all. It didn't lift my foundation underneath at all either. I'm gonna tell you in a second what other makeup I have on my face in case you are curious, but I did not powder my face. I powdered a little bit under my eyes, but like this whole area I left unpowdered. This is like blending out so nicely. I'm like super impressed by this. It's not too orange of a shade either. I was a little afraid. In person it looks a little more orangey than on camera, but I was a little tiny bit afraid that it would be a little too warm, but It's definitely not. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like kind of just rub my brush on my towel to clean it off a little bit. And I'm gonna try the more cool contoured shade on my forehead just to see what it looks like. I'm a little nervous because it looks really, really gray. Really gray and cool tone. Get a little bit on there and then tap it up here. Can you see it? I don't know if I can see that. I'm like tapping in there, like literally tapping and going straight onto my face. I guess I can see it a tiny bit. Oh yeah, okay, it's there. I just maybe had to build it up a little bit. You know, I don't hate this color though. I don't. I was really nervous about how gray it was, but I don't know. What do you guys think? It doesn't look bad. It is way more of just a shadow than bronzer on my face, if that makes sense. Let's add a little bit to the cheeks just to see like what it looks like. I'll keep it like back here a little bit more where like you would naturally have a shadow. Okay, I think that looks good. Oh yeah, okay. I really do think that added a really good definition to my face. Definitely added way more of a shadowy effect than the tan line shade, which makes sense because the Always Shady, is this what it is? Feeling Shady. It is way more like cool tone, and this is way more of like a contoury shade. But I like this. Let's add a little bit to my chin. Try to contour this double chin a little bit. Okay, you know what? I like this. I like both of these a lot. I am gonna add a little bit of the tan line shade. Do you think I'd remember him? To my forehead, just to like warm it up a little bit to make it match. And it's not too pigmented at all. Like when you're looking at them in the pan, they look pretty intense, I think, but I don't know. They are, like it says on the packaging and on the website that it is a very buildable formula, and I definitely agree with that. It is very buildable, very, I wouldn't say it's sheer upon first application because you can see the color, but this would be really good for someone who is just starting to dabble into cream bronzers and blushes and all of that. This makes me want to try a putty blush so bad. I like was kicking myself. I literally put in the order like as fast as I could because I was really nervous that these would sell out very quickly just because e.l.f. is such a huge company and brand, and a lot of times when they release things, like it's super exciting, and I know the putty line is very popular from e.l.f., so I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get on there like right away and order them right away, and I really didn't like look around on the website too much, and I like submitted my order really quickly, and like literally 2 seconds later, I was like, dang it, Emily, why did you not get a putty blush to go with it? But that is okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more because I do want to see like how much you can build it up, but it's looking just natural and pretty on the face. It's not too intense at all. It's not like a stripe of bronzer where sometimes they just dry too quickly or they lift your foundation underneath, or just there's a lot of things that could go wrong with cream bronzers, and I don't see anything going wrong. Like I just am really impressed by this. Wow. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup. I really don't have too much to finish up. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little cream blush on, some setting spray, and I might powder, I couldn't think of the word, I might powder my T-zone because that just always gets very oily and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll come back up and finish my final thoughts for you. You can probably guess what they are, but I'll just kind of wrap up the video. So be right back. All right, I am back and the rest of my makeup is done. So really quickly, just to go over what else I used on my face, I went ahead and used the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer as my primer. I love this stuff. So I am definitely excited that they're expanding their putty line. For foundation, I went ahead and mixed together my Physicians Formula Butter Believe It and my Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie. I just love this combination. I love both of them separately, and I love the combination together. For concealer, I went ahead and used my Dior Forever Skin Corrector. I have the shade 0N. To set my T-zone and under my eyes, I went ahead and used my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. For eyeshadow, I used my ColourPop That's Taupe palette, this palette. It's lovely. I love it so much. For blush, I used my Nude Sticks Bareback Nudies All Over Face color. For highlight, I used my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand in the shade Spotlight. Then for my lips, I have on my ColourPop Cool BFF liner and my brand new Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW lipstick. And then my Tarte Man Eater mascara. And then for setting spray, I just used my Little Baby Professional from Benefit. Alrighty, so the putty bronzers. I love them. I love them, guys. I think they're great. I think this was such a smart move on e.l.f. Cosmetics' part. I think this was a very smart business move. I think that the Putty line has been very successful for them over the last couple of years. I mean, the internet freaking like broke down when the Putty Primer released. It's supposed to be like a really big dupe for the Tatcha Silk canvas, not the liquid, but the original. And I had both of them together at the same time, and I definitely do think this is a pretty good dupe for it. Like I said, I haven't tried the Putty blushes, but I really, really want to after this, and a lot of people say they love it, and these impressed me so much today. Like, look at that. It is such a beautiful natural bronze to my face. Like, sun-kissed is correct. Their description is 100% correct. I did just get back from the beach, but I slathered on the sunscreen the entire time I was there. Most of the time I had a hat on. We were under the umbrella like 95% of the time on the beach. So I didn't get a ton of sun, especially on my face, but it looks like I did. It looks like I am glowing. Like it said, it's just beautiful. Like, I just think it looks so good on my skin. You guys saw it blended in effortlessly in like 2 seconds. It didn't get patchy. It didn't lift up my foundation underneath. For $6, I recommend it to you guys. I really do. I think my skin just looks very beautiful right now. And like I said, sun-kissed, healthy, glowy, bronzy, but not too much. Not orange, not too gray, not anything. Like, they are just so good. And I feel like the 8 shades on the e.l.f. Cosmetics website, I feel like is a pretty good shade range. They go from fairly light to fairly deep, so I feel like they would encompass a lot of skin tones. Again, I don't know why they're not offered on Ulta, but if I were you, I would just get it from the e.l.f. Cosmetics website anyways, personally. But yeah, my final verdict is I really do enjoy these a lot. I highly recommend them to you guys, especially for $6 if you're in the need for a good new cream bronzer. Check these out, for real. They are just beautiful, and I don't think you would be disappointed. But yeah, that was it, you guys. That was my first impressions, my review of the brand new e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I am so excited. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have picked this up yet, or if you're planning to, because I know they literally like just launched like a couple days ago. So if you haven't got your hands on it yet, I understand, but if you are planning on picking them up, please let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this launch. Do you like it? Are you glad they're expanding their Putty line, or you're like over it? Like, all right, e.l.f., like, we get it, Putty, we understand. Let me know down below in the comments. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.